So we're 3 deep now on The Mandalorian, and I gotta say, it's quite good. In fact, I don't know if I should be angry about it being so good because of the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is such a dope, and we've had to put up with years of really bad Star Wars movies to get to where we are now. So it's really just kind of, I don't know, because this show continues to be everything we've wanted in the movies, and it's only got 3 episodes to it, and they're all short. And by the way, if you saw my last video, the NPCs were quite upset with this show, by the way. A little mad because they said, well, there's been no women in it. Where's the ladies at? One particularly, she's known as Anita Sarkeesian. I don't ever really talk about her too much because she's just kind of a meme that's over at this point. But it was really funny. She complained, I just watched the first episode of The Mandalorian and there was not one speaking female in the entire show. Meanwhile, I mean, it's like, did you even watch the show? Because I've got the screen paused on the Forger, and I believe this is the leader of their little clan. And well, she's a female. But of course, that gets ignored. In fact, somebody had to point out in the thread that she was oh so wrong and that she did have speaking lines. But then she said, oh, well, my point still has validation, though, correct?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
So anyway, how was the show itself, though? Was it any good? Will people get mad about it? Probably. Probably they will. But as far as what happened in this chapter, it was quite good as usual. Lots of nostalgia, lots of lore, lots of stuff that's just fun to see. I think my favorite line, I got it pulled up right here. It's Carl Weathers and the Mandalorian, and they're talking. And what's going on? So the theme of this entire chapter is pretty much Mando wants to save the kid. He does drop the kid off. I do enjoy seeing the Imperial remnants. It's probably one of my favorite things about this show is seeing kind of the Empire in disarray. You've got the birth of the New Republic. And they actually mention it in the show, which I thought was really cool because what's going on is he delivers Baby Yoda. And he regrets it. You know, I want Baby Yoda. I want Baby Yoda back. What am I doing? He's just a kid. So he goes and see Carl Weathers here. He's like, you know, what are they going to do with him? I don't know. Really funny scene here because he asks about the fobs and he's like, how many fobs did you give away? He's like, everybody's got one. The entire bar has one, which comes in later in the show. But he goes and gets Baby Yoda back. But what's cool, though, when he's talking to Carl Weathers, we get a lot of lore, too, with the Mandalorians and the Empire. We actually get to see a bunch of the Mandalorians fighting about it. Mando gets in a fight. I'm going to call him Mando because I don't know. That's what Carl Weathers was calling him. It works because there were so many Mandalorian in this chapter itself. So it was really funny. He goes, you know, if you got a problem with them being Empire, you know, there's not that many left. They're mostly mercenary and warlords, which I thought was a really cool nod. It's kind of a good nod to, you know, what used to be. But he's like, oh, well, you know, you can always go report them to the New Republic. And it was funny. He goes, what a joke. So I just thought that was a funny little line. And I did get a kick out of it because the New Republic was a joke. I mean, the galaxy was in a state of disarray. You just had the main power structure taken down, and you've got a new one coming up. There's always going to be a little bit of chaos, and it's nice to see that kind of, you know, recognized a little bit. I really enjoy seeing the dirty stormtroopers and stuff like that. It's such a cool thing, and I like all of the nods, like the little security droid that they have that comes out. It pretty much says the same stuff that it said in Return of the Jedi. And I like that his new bounty that he was going to go get looked like an Admiral Akbar and stuff like that. So far, this show has done more to show that they can do Star Wars over at Disney than they've done in years. And I do think if Kathleen Kennedy gets the boot, Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau should take her job we know that probably won't happen. If anything, this might keep her job. And it's funny because it's easy to see she's been very hands-off with it. Anything that she has is toxic. It's like we've had more aliens in this show than every Disney movie combined. All they want to do in the Disney Star Wars movies is put minorities as background props. They don't want to do anything with them. They don't want to give them any kind of a plot or story development or actually have them do anything. No, they're just there for checkpoints. But in The Mandalorian, everything matters. There's so little dialogue that the dialogue you do get matters. Everything in this show matters. Except for maybe the score. The score is kind of iffy. But so far, the dialogue, the development is moving at a good pace. And I was really worried about this show at the beginning. I liked it, but I was worried that, hey, maybe, the fact that he doesn't take his helmet off, that he has very little dialogue, that this won't really hit. And I was totally wrong. That's not a problem at all. The character does get development. You got to see that in his character as he actually cared for somebody, going back and getting Baby Yoda. By the way, the stuff in with the Mandalorian lore was really cool. They kept saying, such is the way. This is the way. Have you ever taken your helmet off? No. Has anyone ever removed it? No. This is the way. This is the way. And I got to say, this is the way to actually making Star Wars fans happy. It's nice to actually see something good. Now, this is all going to get overshadowed when Rise of the Skywalker falls like a giant turd from the sky and turns it brown. But until then, we have this show. It's going to tie into it, by the way. I'm calling that. A lot of people are calling that as well. The fact that it takes a break and picks up, like it literally, the chapter 7 is the day before the movie comes out. Then it takes a week off, with the last chapter a week after the movie. Now, that could be intentional just to kind of get hype going, but who knows? Either way, at least we get this. So, we have this, and then Rise of the Turd Walker, and then who knows what happens from there, the Obi-Wan series next year at some time. But either way, this has been quite good, and I'm shocked. And I'm kind of upset that we didn't get this quality of stuff from the beginning. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Leave me your thoughts. Are you digging the show? Are you liking it? I want to hear what you have to say. Throw a like up. Throw that comment down there. Engagement points help the channel extremely. Make sure you share the video. Throw that like I said. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you're still subscribed. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that. And subscribe if you're new.